Alright, what up, y'all? So, I'm gonna try to get as many videos out as I can before I get into work hell for what seems to be the third all the way up until Slashback. We'll see what happens depending on how many shows I have to do. And if I can get other videos out during the time, I'll try, but I'm expecting that I will not be able to, so I want to get what important ones I can out now before I get into everything else. And this is actually an additional video that I decided to record first because of the fact that I actually was going to jump to a different topic, but I realized I should go more in depth on this topic first before I actually move on to like the next main topic I wanted to get to. So you could treat this video as Ambiguity Part 2, but the big thing about this video that's different from Ambiguity is understanding cancels and actually really understanding that you need to understand your cancel windows. Not just the windows, but what you can cancel into and why as well, because of the fact that that plays into your ambiguity. And the perfect character to talk about that is this gremlin of a character, Chie. So some people do not view this character as strongly as I do. The opinions do not matter. That's not a part of this video. But the one thing that I have to say outright, I do not care about your opinion regards to this character, is she has the strongest pressure in the game. No one has stronger pressure than this character in this game. I'd like to say probably not even in other fighting games. I do not care if you're a fight character or otherwise. The ability to pressure and what she can do compared to other characters in any other fighting game is absolutely insane. And really, it should never happen again. This character is broken. And that is why I'm doing this video with this character, because of the fact that this character has all of it once it comes to the cancel department. She is so abnormally gifted. And as obligatory, I have Chia on the screen. Before I get into any nuance of like where we get into cancels, let me show you she's the only character in the game that can do this thing that starts off with just a poke. My rhythm's gonna be off because I have not been playing fighting games. I'm busy on everything else. I can't get 7. She can combo 7 5As in a row with a micro dash in between, as you see. She's the only character in this game that can do this. There's no other character in this game that can do this. Like, outright, she has the easiest hit confirm in the game with a micro dash attached to it. And her 5A is quote-unquote -1, according to Dustly. I currently doubt, I'd actually say it's probably neutral. But that is the reality of dealing with this character. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty block stuff, which is actually an important part of this video. So the thing about Chie is that she has such long cancel windows because her recovery state on all of her moves is longer than you expect. Like her 5A is fine, her 2A is fine, but once it comes to 5B, like you have literally, as long as her leg is up, you have the ability to cancel. It's the same case with her 2B, you have the ability to cancel. Like you have that long to sit there and decide to do button press, which that opens up that window, right? Where you're sitting there, it's like you give your opponent this illusion that you might be doing nothing after the button. And because you have such a long delay, it really allows for you to sit there and play with the concept of I am making this illusion of that I can do nothing here, and then you can follow up with something and put your stagger windows in different points that aren't the standard way of seeing that point. And the stagger window video is actually what I probably wanted to do next, but I want to talk about this first before I get into it, because I have to talk about what are natural staggers and what are forced staggers. I don't feel like that's talked about. But the thing is with Chie is the fact that she has so many other cancels that aren't just from her cancel windows. Because even if I'm sitting there abusing cancel windows, like that's a super long cancel window. Like this is like a whole like 12 frames, like roughly just from my feel, like it's 12, 14 frames I'm just waiting. And that's not even the max, it's just like how long I'm waiting in that particular instance to cancel. Because basically, as long as the persona is out, she has the ability to cancel for a persona move, for 5C and 2C. So with that, that's already a very unique layer. Then you get into our actual standard on block cancels, and that adds a whole extra layer. So let's talk about jump cancel, because this is one thing she has over everybody else in the game. She has the most jump cancels in the game. Like, legitimately, she has the most jump cancels in it. If I switch to Narukami, 5A is jump cancelable, 2B is not, 5B is not, 5C is not, sweep is not. 5A is jump cancelable, 5B jump cancelable, 2B jump cancelable, sweep, I don't know why it's jump cancelable, 5C jump cancelable. Why? He has all of these jump cancels unblocked. And what's worse is that she doesn't, on 5AA, she has a jump cancel, 5AAA, she doesn't. If I'm Shadow, every part of 5A has a jump cancel. So, that's a thing. That is just from the jump cancel. Okay. Then we get into movement cancel, where she's also getting 5B backdash and forward dash cancel, 2B backdash and forward dash cancel, 5C forward dash cancel. We get into specials. Black spots are all forward dash cancel. She has these many cancels without considering specials. Legitimately, just off of that alone, and there are technically other ones, 2C is also dash cancel. Usually not going to dash cancel 2C. Unless it's a very special case where you're getting a confirm. She has all of those cancels naturally that aren't even button cancels. Those are just movement. She has that many cancels with just movement rounded. Then you can get into like the rest of the cancels and like which considers her displacement and etc. All this fancy stuff that's really a whole bunch of nothing if you don't know how to actually utilize it. Where it's like, she just is a demon. Like, legitimately, just from that point, before we get into any frame data or anything, she is just a straight demon. Like, she has that many cancels that you have to be prepared for, because you just don't know once you come into the fact that she has long cancel window. Because the fact that means also she can delay pressure reset. If I'm in a position where I have you cornered and I'm just doing like slow pressure, and you're just dealing with, like, you have to sit there and believe that it's like, I have such a long window on 5B that, like, if I sit there and actually time this properly, you don't know if I'm going to dash cancel or if I'm going to sit there and fail the card throw. Or I'm going to card throw you. You just don't know. Like, you have to sit there and actually, like, pay attention to it. And it's weird the fact that she even has a card throw on 5B because it's not a traditional card. Because normally you're expecting like, oh, my bad, like this barely makes contact on blocking that throw. It's just like this vortex is so far that you just end up like being put in throw range. On top of like other ways to card throw, like 2B card throw and etc. Like you have to deal with the fact that you blocking this cancel, you don't know if it's going to be a cancel, it's going to be the dash cancel, or she's going to delay her back dash follow-up because she can do that. Like, you have to deal with just that from 2 normals, like, where you have to sit there and guess between 4 movement cancels before you even consider button cancels. And the fact that she has a jump cancelable sweep, and to my knowledge, the only one in the game, you have to deal with the fact that she can trip guard you and then still have cancels after that, which a lot of other characters in the game can't. Like Akihiko, for example, his only low is sweep, and it's not jump cancelable. So he has to rely on special cancels immediately if he decides to go for sweep and pressure, even though his sweep is a 4K starter, so I guess it works out. So then we get into, special cancels, right? So this is where a character like this is extremely gifted because of the fact that unlike every other character in the game, basically all special moves on Chie is considered Rekkas. And if you know what Rekkas are you can cancel specials into specials as long as the special is in the chain of specials. But the thing with Chie is that all of her specials technically tie together in a chain. So, therefore, you're never committed to doing things in a set order because of the fact that she just has that many cancels. Like Rampage, for example. The normal standard follow-up to Rampage you would think is Skullcracker, and Skullcracker is negative, like you will get punished. But the thing is, you have like A punch, B punch, black spots, and if you're ballsy and decide that let's throw caution to the wind, you can dragon kick. But the thing is, like, you can sit there and do Rampage into A punch. You can do it again into B punch. Like, you have these type of cancels where you're not committed to your standard order of cancels, which now puts different layers to the cancel, because now you are changing what is perceived to be the normal follow-up to what she is doing, and now from there you are adding a different layer, because in the case of C-Spot, right, I will do this because of the fact that Rampage is like -1, -3, somewhere around there. It's like somewhere in that range. If I add C-Spot, you now get Fatal. So now I just Fatal frame trap you and you have to deal with it. And that's the unexpected follow-up to what I'm doing here. Even in B Rampage case. B Rampage is listed as +2. I'm pretty sure it's actually only like +1. Like, there's a gap in between this. So the thing is, if you let this rock, I'm plus anyway. But I don't have to abuse the plus frames, right? Like I said in the prior video, just because I'm plus does not mean that I actually have to abuse the plus frames as intended, and /or does not mean that I won't abuse the plus frames as intended. Because me being plus here, it's like I can just reset the pressure and you have to hold that. No one's beating this 5A. Like, you just aren't. Like, especially she has only mash ball with 5A. Like, you're not beating this 5A. Like, you really aren't. But at the same time, it's like, I can commit to Rekka follow-ups, and I could just put the black spot in there to fail you just because. Or if I think you'll overcommit to try to sit there and try to DP me, I could do B punch to sit there and try to bait your DP. There are ways around the interaction for this character that other characters in fighting games do not have. Like, legitimately, they just do not have. Like, the only character that I play that I think has a comparable amount of cancels and ability to just do things is Tao. And even then, I don't think Tao is to the regard of this, because of the fact that Tao's over-reliance on you getting gimmicky comes into factor with her frame data, on top of the fact that, like, she has her command jump cancels and etc. and other cancels where she also technically has weird Rekkos. But, like, this character just does not care because of the fact that the other thing is just her frame data. Now, I am not going to go through all of Chie's frame data in this video, but what I can basically say is she also has the most plus frames in the game. He has so many things that induce being plus that you kind of just have to deal with it. B Rampage is plus. Let me give myself 25 meter because everything else is metered. Or it's a Persona normal, like 5D, 2D, their DD versions, all plus. SB Rampage is actually +6. SB Punch is +1. And on SB Black Spot is +5. D Black Spot, not Char's, is +5. Char's D Black Spot is +12. Oh, like, this character is a gift, and that is not even talking about, like, this has armor, this has throw and projectile invul, this slow crushes, and etc. Like, these are just things this character has access to. And having all these cancels that you can just abuse in your pressure makes it so this character, just from the cancels perspective, has so many ways to sit there and layer in cancels alone to put staggers and unique points where your opponent can always be guessing. Like, literally, your opponent can always be guessing on where you are going to sit there and do things on block. And especially when you have to consider this is just like a standard thing she can do in pressure too, on top of the fact that you can do this as micro dash 4A, so that way you hit stop option selected as well. Something I will talk about in a different video later on once I actually talk about understanding how OSs work. Like, this character is just a gremlin. Like, this is like the most gremlin-ass character ever. Like, you're just dealing with the fact that, like, you have to deal with this character in a very unique way that other characters don't present. Like, you just have to deal with all this. Like, you literally have to just guess what she's going to do to you. On top of, like, with the mix-ups, with the way her Oki works and etc., it's like you are playing a guessing game. And the thing is, even without having this level of nonsense, with other characters, you can also put people through nonsense if you understand how your character fundamentally works with their cancel. Because these cancel windows is really just an extension of how Ambiguity works, where instead of leaving gaps deliberately in a way where you're sitting there, it's like, all right, I'm gonna leave a gap here, or I'm gonna not cancel. We'll just sit there and see if you're expecting me to actually cancel or not. Just sit there and get like pressure extensions and etc. Now it's putting it into your cancel windows to sit there and decide, all right, I'm going to structure my pressure around my ability to sit there and have unique cancels, and now put all of these weird convoluted frame traps in, where you have to really be paying attention to me and understand like what you think the I'm going to present with the character as follow-ups to anything I do on block. Like anything, you just do not know. Narukami, for example, right? I guess let me swap characters. Like again, like this character is rather straightforward, and he doesn't have a gift. Like this is fake as hell. Like you can see it because of the fact that Chie's block animation is literally going down in the middle of this. Or if I swap back, you are basically stuck here. Like this is happening so fast. Not mentioning with 4A. That like this is just not the same thing. Like, and this is literally the fastest he can do it. Like, right? So he doesn't have that 5A yet. The same way he doesn't have all the jump cancels and everything. So where do you pick that up? And the thing is, like, he has the gift of very long, very unique cancel windows that you can abuse on top of that. So he has that thing still going for him, where it's like he has long cancel windows. So it's how do you take advantage of the fact that you can sit there and delay a button super long to sit there and actually get mileage through your pressure that isn't from the standard, I stagger you to death and I gotta pray. Like, I gotta hope all these mids do something. Well, your answer is, can you abuse your cancel windows properly? That is something you can actually play around with. So, there's that for this video. Hope it adds a little thought to something you might be wanting to do to your game later, y'all.